Hi friends, this is AMD Vegan. It's dinner time and I make a Zoodles, veggie noodles with zucchini and with red bell pepper. These are wonderful red bell peppers, long ones, Romano they're called I guess, and they are very sweet, you know, and really delicious and fruity. You cut them in stripes, it's very easy. Just open them, take out the seeds, and then cut them just lengthside with a cutting knife or a chef's knife, very easy. And for the zucchinis, I have my spiralizer. That's a wonderful tool, so easy. I show it many times. Oops. Here's a wagon, yeah, to put the zucchini in. And here is the blade. Yeah, the blades here, you can see. It's a very fascinating tool how to make it. They have two parts here. This is to make the zoodles and this to cut them. Yeah? You get the shape here and here they cut them. This is the blade. And it goes through one after the other. It's a composition of two elements, of two tools in one, and always fascinating how can that work. Actually, it makes zoodles. It's amazing. Yeah, it's a wonderful principle. You gotta think about it. It's really funny how that works. All you need to do have this wonderful zucchini. Yeah, goes right in there. You cut here at the top where this wouldn't fit into the machine, and you cut it so that this is straight. Yeah, with a machine. You know, like this. So I have to, here this is a little bit not straight and this is straight here to have it in the machine. I show you what I mean. And this you can, I'll put it in the dressing wherever you like. It's also, zucchini is very nice to munch away. It's a nice snack, not too much, but it's very nice. And the rest you put just in here, like other side to fix it. And then if I only have one zucchini to zoodle, I just put the bowl, the salad bowl, under the spiralizer, like this. And I don't do a lot of fixing on the ground. I could fix it, but I don't need to. It's so easy. Just I show you how quick it is. Just turn it around, spiralizing away, and there we go. Noodles coming out. I'll show you in a second. It's so easy. It's a wonderful tool. I'm so glad I have it. You can take, I guess, so many variations, many spiralizer out there. Very inexpensive. This one is a luxurious one. Costs about only $20 or $30. But you have even less expensive ones, more expensive ones. Very nice tools and no problem with them. But just you need a little bit, sometimes a little experience how to use them. But once you know it, yeah, you have in a second, in a minute, you have these wonderful doodles. I'll show you what I have here. It's a very quick tool and you can make a very nice dishes in no time. I don't need it anymore. This is what I have here. See, I have the zoodles. It's ready. The only thing I do, I cut them into smaller pieces, so that's bite size. I don't want to have the zoodles all over the mouth, so that's all I'm going to do. Cut them a little bit smaller. That's just as you like. I mean, kids might prefer the longer versions. Sometimes we did when I was a kid. Yeah, you can make your own choice. And then put the paprika, the bell pepper here. This is my 2 parts veggie part. Yeah, like a salad, but it's also a veggie noodle. I would say that's a dish on its own. It's so yummy, like spaghetti, you know. Put that aside for a while. I can leave it here to make my dressing. So the dressing, of course, in the spaghettis is always dressing very important, and that's honestly why I make it today, because I have this wonderful dressing idea. I made a dressing like this the other day. I will show you. Maybe you have seen already in the video. I don't know if it get out already. But it is a corn cream. You have this wonderful corn, It's a cup of corn maybe. You can cut it down from the cup, or you can take it frozen. As you have, it's very inexpensive, very healthy, and it has this nice sweet flavor. And it's starchy, of course, and it makes me feel very filled and nice and very good warming in wintertime, especially in the Mexicans. They know everything about corn. There's so many versions, but I never found this one before. The corn cream. It's so amazing. I guess you can use other ingredients for this cream. I have coconut milk here, maybe half a cup. I used one, I mean the other day we had one with half a cup and with a little bit of salt, but today I take a curry powder. Yeah. As always, you can make your own curry powder. Most important ingredients are turmeric, that's the color, and very healthy, and there is chili, yeah, and other, it can be pepper, can be so many other ingredients came in there. It's inventions from the British, yeah, who brought it back to India. We always think, oh, it's Indian, it's spice. It's not. Spices in general, they come from India. But the curry powder especially is something the British invented. But it's a very nice, and Indian families make their own recipes for masala, they call it, to use in curries. Curries usually are vegetables, yeah, cooked with rice. Then you order a masala, a curry that is vegetables and rice with the vegetable with the sauce. That's the curry basically. But here we have this wonderful spice, and I love it. And you can use a lot of this spice. Yeah, I have maybe 3 or 4 tablespoons for a cup of both corn and coconut milk. So blending will take a little bit longer because the coconut milk, once in the freezer or in the fridge, it takes a little bit longer to really blend it up. So blender dance takes a little longer day. What do you think? To me, it feels always different when I do blender dance. Every single blender dance I do every day almost, it feels different. And always communication with the blender. And the ingredients in there, they transform while blending. And I can hear that. Somehow it relates. Let's see. Oh, wow. I love everything there. The corn, the curry, the coconut milk. Ah, so yummy. All these fragrances, yeah, they combine here. I guess it must be perfect. I never did it before. Let's taste it. Texture is nice. Maybe some more blending. I will see. I will taste it first. Oh. Gentle flavor. At the same time, the chili makes it hot a little bit. It's a medium curry powder. Depends on how much chili is in there. And I think about putting a little bit more water or not. Because I know a little bit of water will come out of the zucchini. They release a little bit of water, like cucumber would release a little bit more water. Zucchini, the pumpkin kind, also some water, and maybe the dressing is good. I will put some water, a little bit, just a little bit, a drop, and blend one more time. Because the corn also takes some time to blend. There's a very hard shell of the corn, and so blending maybe take some more time. I will one more dance. looks nice. Let's taste it again. And when you blend it a little bit, it gets a little bit warmer. It's also nice. You like a little bit of warmer spaghetti. Oh yeah, that's awesome. There's no salt in it, and still there's the sweetness of the corn. There's also the coconut has a certain sweetness, of course, and the curry has this hot flavor of the turmeric, and of course it fits perfectly with the coconut because the coconut fat makes the turmeric in the curry really work in the system. It's a very healing spice. Also a reason why I love it. You can see here what it looks like. Yeah, when it runs into the bowl here. See, that's my dinner tonight. Yeah. Oh, very nice. You mean I have to be sure I get them. It's clear that it's only a basic recipe. I have only 3 ingredients in the dressing: just the curry, the coconut milk, and the corn. I always begin with 3 ingredients. Yeah. If I use this dressing as 1 ingredient, yeah, the other 2 ingredients together make also 3 again. So there's always this trinity that maybe caught my attention because there is so much to that. Especially the flavor has to be very simple for me to really understand it, to feel it, to be aware of it. Yeah, but something comes into my system, and I feel it, and I want to know where this feeling comes from. Yeah, what it does, and which ingredient does which effect. So very simple combinations is what I like to begin, but it doesn't mean I can get more complex later. So don't think we have always to eat simple. I mean, you can have complex recipes. I like complex recipes, but what I first like to break it down into an easy beginning, where to learn it. Yeah, so to learn to make my own recipes, and I also like to understand in a way, to feel, to be aware of the flavors and the combinations and the ingredients. That's why I begin easy. And of course you can add something what you like. You know, you can add salt, for example, or other flavors, maybe herbs, replace one ingredient with another. That's so many varieties. But to begin with, I guess, to me it's perfect because 1 would be very simple, like eating an apple, nothing bad about it. And a second one, for example, apple and nut, for example, or banana, nice. But put them together, you have something new. Yeah? And adding a third one makes it first complex. The first complexity begins, because then you have 3 instead of 2, and your mind will be not be so easy for your mind to focus on all 3 together. So it brings them together to 1, and that's why what I want in the flavor. When I create new flavors, I want to have 1 flavor that, of course, has different parts, and I want it to be 1 flavor, and it has to be also interesting. So there's something, a little secret is there hidden in the flavor. I don't know really what it is. Yeah? I begin to guess. It makes me wondering. I want to be fascinated. Yeah. Oh, what is that? And that begins with the number 3. 1 or 2 is easy still. Yeah. But the third one makes it. Yeah. Just the beginning. Just the first small baby step. I don't know how to explain better. Maybe I will do that in my book with some words. But it's hopefully have it ready soon, and then you can get it and find out about more of my recipes. And yeah, hopefully you join me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter. I'd like to talk to you if you have questions or additions or suggestions or whatever. And if you like to subscribe MD Vegan on YouTube, feel free. Hope to see you there.